Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's conversation with our special guest, Dr. Robyn Graham. Hi, Robyn, how are you today?
Hi, Ray. I am wonderful today, and it's always such a nice treat to get to see your smiling face. And I'm excited to share information and get to know your audience a little bit better and just feel that connection with so many wonderful women.
Yes, me too. Well, today we're talking about how to build a powerful brand without overwhelm. And today's guest is Dr. Robyn Graham, who is certified brand strategist and a certified master life coach, author, and a podcaster. She's passionate about serving others and helping women create meaningful, impactful personal and brands that with strong foundations for long-term success. Using her purpose to results method, she helps her clients overcome mindset barriers, create brand marketing strategies, navigate the challenges of tech, systems, and processes, and take intentional, effective action. Robyn is also a host of the Robyn Graham Show and the author of You, Me, and Anxiety. Take action over anxiety to enjoy being you, in which she shares her lifelong journey with anxiety to help others navigate anxiety to live a joyful, peaceful, and purposeful life. So, welcome to today's show, Robyn. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Ladies, if you're watching this live, I just want to say go ahead and leave a comment below. Let us know where in the world you are joining. If you're watching this on replay, put hashtag replay and also make sure to share this live with others. So, Robyn, I'd love to hear a little bit more about your story of how you come to do what you do today.
Oh gosh, my story has been anything but linear. My journey has been very unique. I think I grew up in a very teeny tiny town in the middle of the United States, and I wanted to get out of there and be independent and have a high-powered career. So I went to school. I got a doctorate degree in pharmacy. I worked in corporate America. I then consulted in the corporate realm for many years. So I've been an entrepreneur now for 22 years, I think,
Wow.
in total. And 11 years ago, or 12 years ago now, as my children were getting older and my husband was traveling 50% globally, and I was traveling for symposium and conferences and speaking engagements and different things, our life was getting very crazy. And the anxiety level in our home, as the children were getting older, they were playing travel sports, everything was just kind of getting stressful. And
Yeah.
my husband and I looked at each other and we said, we can't keep up this pace. We had no family support. And then our nanny, who was watching our daughter, who was only 3 at the time, became very ill. And so we lost the only support system we had. So my husband gave me the idea. He said, why don't you do something with your photography? You're so passionate about it and you light up when you're doing it. And so that's what I did, Ray. I became a professional photographer. I put myself out there in a way that was so different, using the creative side of me. I have that gene. My parents were both extremely creative and artists, and so I put myself out there. I started a blog, and within 6 weeks, I had my first customer, which was a branding photography client. So I created images for her. For her, she was a musician, entertainer, singer, songwriter, and I created images for her CD cover, her website, and all those like luscious things that people need to build their business. And I fell
Mm.
madly in love with it. I thought this is what I'm meant to do. So fast forward many years, I did all the things wrong building that business because I was so scientific based. I was so strategic. I was so not in the realm of building a creative business. And I was afraid to put myself out there in a way that was so different than how people already knew me. That fear of what are people going to say? Are people going to accept me? Are people going to believe I'm talented enough? I'm encroaching on a space that's already very competitive. So there was a lot of mindset hang up in there for me. Plus, you add on the fact that I was already a very anxious introvert to begin with. And so long story short, the more I focused on headshots and branding, the more I realized how many people wanted to, one, escape corporate and have a life of freedom and build a business of their own, and two, that people who were already doing that and were coming to me for these beautiful images had no idea what to do with them, how powerful they are for SEO, how they can use them for incredible content. And as I was shooting with content creation in mind. All of these ideas were going through my mind, but I would mention things and they're like, wait, what do I do with this? I don't know what you're talking about. So I started consulting in addition to the photography clients, right? And then that led me to, okay, this is what I really truly love, is teaching, educating, supporting, pushing people forward, helping them get past that moment of fear where they don't want to put themselves out there. And so I became a certified brand strategist because I thought branding, that's what I love, that's what I'm into. And then from there I became a certified master Christian life coach, and that's what I'm doing today now, is solely coaching. I hung my photography hat up, and the most amazing thing, Ray, is to see the transformation. And I truly believe that if we can help someone transform, we literally have the opportunity to change the trajectory of their life and their family's life. And
Mm.
to me, there's nothing more powerful than that.
Yeah, I love that. You know, you went through your own transformation and you applied those skills to your own business and yourself, and now you're helping others do the same, because I can totally relate of, I've met so many people who have had brand photo shoots, but they just don't know what to do with it, how to
Yeah.
utilize it. So before, and ladies, if you have any questions around branding, your business, visibility, let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. What challenges have you faced in your business or facing right now around your brand and putting yourself out there? So before we jumped on, we had a little chat, and you mentioned something that kind of stood out for me, which is, how can you build a personal brand even without social media?
Mhm.
That's a little insight. I know we only got a limited amount of time, but why do you champion this message, and maybe one or two tips of how ladies can change their thinking, that do they really need social media or not to build a powerful brand?
I'm passionate about this, right? Because so what I discovered was that, I was cruising along, I was building a following, I had engagement, I was doing quite well. But what was happening was I was picking up my phone so frequently and I was scrolling and I was mindlessly scrolling. And it was like this numbing effect when I was feeling a little overwhelmed or frustrated or not quite sure what to do next. And that distraction was consuming me. And anytime we're distracted and we're consuming content like that, we end up getting confused. And when we're confused, we lack clarity, we lack trust in ourselves, we lack confidence. And then that means that our audience has those same feelings about us. They become confused. They start to not trust us because they are not clear on what we're doing. So anytime we have that distraction of what other people are doing and we think, oh, I better do that so that I can achieve that, or, well, they're already doing this, so I really can't do it because then I'd be copying them, or all of these other things that stimulate doubt by being on these platforms where there are all these distractions that bring comparison, doubt, imposter syndrome. And I already had so many incredible tools that I was using that I thought, I don't need to have this distraction pulling me away from the heart-centered business that I really wanted to build. So, I have the podcast, which is an incredible platform to grow my audience, build trust, and build myself as an authority in the personal branding and business growing space. And then there's blogging, and I love to write. As you mentioned, I'm a published author, so I love to write. And when you use blogging and when you understand SEO, and when you can have a strategy around that and then repurpose that content using email marketing, Pinterest marketing, using the podcast, you don't need to spend hours a week or month creating content for platforms that can go away tomorrow. And I've had numerous people in my realm, even a client most recently, who lost everything on Instagram and Facebook. So all the followers she had, all of the content she created, she lost it. Where if we use platforms that we own, like our email marketing list, we use our blog, your website is so incredibly powerful. Speaking, is immensely powerful for growing your audience and showing yourself as an authority in your area of expertise. So we don't have to spend all that time and then risk losing it. And so I transitioned my business to where I'm not even on Instagram anymore. My account sits there, but I don't spend my energy there because I can do so many other things that have a much greater, more meaningful impact and grow my business.
I love that. Ladies, can you relate? Do you feel like you're scrolling so much on social media that it becomes so distracting and you start to compare yourself? You end up not really sure about which direction you go because there are so many conflicting messages. There's so many other people doing so many things, and you start to wonder, well, maybe I should be doing this, maybe I should be doing that. And you kind of tune out all of this noise and you just follow your own strategy. And I love how simple you made it. That makes me think that actually there is another way of doing this where not many people say that you don't need social media to build your business.
Yeah, I know I'm kind of an anomaly. And it's funny, Ray. So I have to say, so I'm a Christian and my faith is like at the core of my business and it means the world to me. And I have a former mentor who feels the same way. But she was still posting her podcast episodes and things on Instagram. And then I had really been journaling about this because I really felt, and especially, do you ever sit on Instagram and you start reading posts or you see graphics float by and you're like, oh my gosh, that's such negative energy and it just makes you feel heavy, and you get off of there feeling so icky versus feeling motivated, inspired, and ready to take action. And I was starting to feel that way, and I was like, okay, I did a social media detox in September and my energy levels were high. I was so focused. I didn't have that distraction. I didn't have that weight. I didn't have the comparison or doubt ever flowed in. And so then I kind of started to go back on in October, and then I started thinking again, you know what, this isn't necessary for me. I have all these other platforms. And then that I got a message, an email from that former mentor of mine who that was it. She was going completely off. And here were her reasons why. And she had a Bible verse in this email. And I was like, I just read that Bible verse this morning. This is crazy. I'm off Instagram. So that was kind of how I made my final decision, which I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but I believe in God winks. And so that was like okay, that's it. And this is how I'm building my business or growing my business. And I am not kidding you, Ray. When I did that, I interviewed with you and was accepted into your speakers program. I had 3 new clients in October, like the biggest month I'd ever had this year. Like it just was crazy. So I knew that I was on the right path. And I don't care if other people are on Instagram. I think it can be a very fun platform. But for me, if I don't need to be on there and have that distraction and be scrolling instead of spending time with my daughter or writing a blog post that I know is going to reach more people, I don't need it. And so I just want people to realize that if it doesn't make you feel good, it's not the place to be. Whereas anybody can build their business anywhere they want to build their business. I think there's so many opportunities out there. Align yourself and your desires with your values. And if something doesn't feel aligned with you, then transition over to something that does feel aligned with you.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. This is the moments I live for when women come with their strong opinions and driven by their values and morals, and they're like, you know what? This is my lane, and this is where I'm going to go, and this is where I'm going to be, and this is what I'm going to champion. And I love that strength of character, the way you show up, because that just shows that you found a way that works for you and your business, and you're able to lead others not necessarily the way everybody else does it, right? You have your
Mhm.
own unique perspective. And for me, that's just so, so beautiful and refreshing. So thank you for sharing that.
Of course. Yeah, I love to share that.
um, Ladies, if you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. So Dr. Robyn is actually one of our VIP speakers for the Women Thrive Summit, which is one of our women empowerment events happening in March. This is actually the biggest global women empowerment event taking place virtually. So that means you can join it from anywhere in the world. So I'll put up a link for you to save your spot. And I know that you're delivering your special talk on the secrets to creating your unique brand. Tell us a
Mhm.
little bit more about your talk and why people should attend.
So, I really believe that each and every one of us has had life experiences and been on a journey that has led you right to where you are today. And you are meant to be doing what it is you feel on your heart to be doing. And when you think about aligning yourself with your values, your visions, and your passions, your purpose is going to be so clear. And you can create a personal brand that stands out, that allows you to make an impact while you make money at the same time, and bring in income and revenue to your family, to support you, to support your family, but have the lifestyle that you want. And I really believe that if we tap into our past experiences and everything that has led us right to this point of our journey, that's how we can communicate and tell our story that's going to resonate with those people that are just waiting to work with us. If you think of a magnet, I you know, our cells are made of energy, and we all have this energy, right? And I really believe that when we have that calling and that purpose on our heart, somebody else out there has the need. They need our help, but they need our help as individuals, not everyone in our space or our niche that does the same thing we do. And that journey that has led us to where we are today is that magnet that's pulling them toward us, and their need is pulling us toward them. And I think that the more we tap into our unique selves, the more we can create that unique brand. And that all starts with our values, visions, and passions.
Wow, I am very excited about this talk. I think it's going to be transformative. Have a beautiful and powerful story as well. And you're led by your heart and your mission. And that's what I really love. When we first connected, I was like, wow, just, your commitment to what you do, and being driven by our values, I think is so, so important in how we show up and how we serve others. So thank you. I'm very, very excited to have you part of this journey and on the summit so you can impact the world and transform the lives of the women who will be joining.
Yeah, thank you. I think when we work together, Ray, and we serve other people and we show up as our true selves, we get to create that ripple effect of good in the world. And let's just face it, we need more good, right? We just need that. And I think when we come together collectively to support others, the sky is the limit in terms of the impact and the transformation that we can have.
Oh my God. I'm sending a big virtual hug to you guys
Oh,
watching
right
this.
back.
It's so beautiful. Thank you so much. And for those who are watching this live or even on replay, please leave a comment below for Dr. Robyn. Let us know what was the key, one thing that inspired you from today's conversation, or maybe an action point that you will go off after listening to this interview. And share it with others. Tag someone else in the comments. Let them know that this event is happening, and two, that there is so much knowledge, expertise, and inspiration out there for people
Mhm.
thinking about starting their businesses or building their businesses and their brands. This has been
Mhm.
amazing. Thank you so much, Robyn. I look forward to seeing you on the summit.
Thank you. I look forward to it too. And please, anyone listening or watching even the replay, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I love getting messages, and if I can help you, I would love to. So don't
Oh,
hesitate to ask
yeah.
questions.
I was going to say, how do people actually get in touch? What is the best way to find you and get in touch with you?
You know what? I'll just give my email address. That's the best way. It's info@therobyngraham.com. And my website is therobyngraham.com. So you can connect with me there, or you can send me an email and ask me those questions. I'm happy to respond.
Amazing. With so much experience in business and branding, you're just absolute wealth of knowledge, and I'm super proud and grateful to have you on the journey with us. Thank you.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Ladies, thanks so much for watching. Like I said, if you feel inspired by today's message, please feel free to leave a comment, share it with someone, and join the Women Thrive Summit happening in March. And of course, all the lead up activities happening leading up to March events where we have monthly showcase events, opportunities for you to connect and be part of the community. So I look forward to seeing you all in March and leading up to the event. And for now, thanks so much for watching, and thank you so much to Robyn, who was here with us today. Bye for now.
Bye.